In this video we will be learning how to make a 3-strand headband. Pattern is provided by creativeyarn.blogspot.com. The link is in the description below for the website. Let's get started. I am using medium worsted weight cotton yarn for this project because cotton yarn does not stretch as much as your wool or acrylic yarns. Alright, so the instruction says to chain 141. What I am going to do for this pattern is I'm going to put some stitch markers in my chain as I go. It will help for the second row. So to get started, this is how I do my slip knot. You can do it whatever way you've been taught. I pull my yarn up, rotate 180 degrees, catch the loop, and draw it through. Now on mine, I count my slip knot as a stitch. If you pull your knot tight, do not count it as a stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can pause the video and catch up when you get to your 30th chain. 30. Okay. Then you get a stitch marker or use a contrasting color yarn and mark your 30th stitch. Just like that. Now this is optional to mark your stitches, but it'll be better than trying to count them later. Okay, and now we're going to chain 80 more. 1, 2, 3. Pause it when you get close to your 80th, and we'll pick up from there. 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Okay, so my 80 plus my 31 is 110 stitches. I'm going to mark 80th. Okay, now I need 31 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause the video and catch up when you get to 31. Okay, I did my 31 more chains. Your total chain number should now be 141. Alright, so let's go on to row 2. Row 1, they actually call it row 1. Single crochet and second chain from hook and the next 29 chains. So we're going to make 30 single crochets, so that's why we have the marker. So we stitch in all the chains including the marker. So let's count them as we go. To make a single crochet, let's zoom this in a little bit. Insert your hook under the loop, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, do this until you have 30 single crochet in your chain, and you should be at the stitch marker when you finish. So I'm going to pause this, and when I get up close to my 30th single crochet, I'll resume. In the meantime, you make your stitches as well. I've made my 30 single crochet and ended up the stitch before my marker, and that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, then now what we have to do is chain 80. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Pause the video and make your 80 chains. Okay, now that we've made the 80 chains, what we need to do is make sure it's not neither chain below or above are twisted. So you want to take your fingers along them and make sure they lay flat so that the V's lay on top and that the bumps are on the bottom. Now if you're a beginner, your chain may become twisted and kind of bumpy. All that's going to do is take a little bit of practice to get them even. And this, once you get them even, this is a real simple pattern to do. Okay. Okay, there. That one's flat and that one's flat. Okay, now we got our 80. The next step is single crochet in the 30th chain from the beginning. Well, we marked our 30th chain, so that is the chain we need to single crochet into. So you can just go right in next to the marker and make your single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet all the way across. Until you get into the last chain. So, and you should have 30 single crochet when you get to the end. I'm going to pause it here, and when I get to the end I'll pick it up. You can pause and catch up as well. Okay, I've done the 30 single crochet on this end. Now this part where the single crochet are, that's going to form the tie. Okay, so for row 2 we've got to chain 1 and turn first. So we chain 1 and just turn our work around. For me, I'll bring it over to my left. If you're left-handed, you'll bring it to your right. Okay, and now you single crochet in the first single crochet and next 29 single crochet. So we're going to single crochet in each single crochet, which make 30. 1, 2. Gotta find where it goes. You see these little horizontal lines? You poke your hook right between those two. Drop the loop and yarn over and draw through 2, 3, 4, and we're going to pause it, and when you get to the end of your 30 you can resume again. Okay, I'm going into the 30th single crochet, and the next part we have to chain 80 once again. So I'm going to do my 80 chains. You pause it here and I'll come back when I get to the end of that chain. Alright, I've chained 80, and again we want to lay out the headband so that it's flat, but it'll be a little easier for the first 2 rows of chains because we've got the single crochets on the ends. So if we pull them out and lay them like this, and we can, I got my, and this time you lay these chains out, the bumps will be facing up, and then you lay the top chain down that you just worked on and do it so the V's are facing out. And come back to make sure it's not twisted. Put my hook back in there and come on over, and you finish off the headband by making a single crochet in each single crochet across the rest of the strap, or the tie as you might say, call it. And I am going to pause it, and then when I get to the end I will resume once again. So you pause it here as well and catch up. 28, 29, and 30. That's sometimes hard to find because that's the chain on the end. So go between that line and poke your hook in and make sure you go under 2 loops. Draw up your loop and make your single crochet. It says cut yarn and weave all ends. Okay, well what I'm going to do to end my yarn is I'm going to make a chain and pull it tight. Okay, and then I'll cut my yarn right here, about 3 inches over, and then I pull the end through that tight chain I made and pull that really tight. And then you just take your yarn needle and weave it through your stitches, the tail on both ends. Remove your stitch markers. And to draw on the tails, I'm just taking my yarn needle and running it underneath the single crochets that I just did, and pull it through, and then you want to yank it this way a little bit. Okay, and then I'm running the needle under the single crochets on the other side, just for a few stitches. My yarn was short, so, and then I pull that through and pull it out, and you tug on it until that tail is buried, so you can't even see the tips of that. And you do that on the other end as well. We'll have a nice 3-strand headband that the strands, let me adjust this, the strands go around your head, and the part where the single crochets are is what you tie it, and you just tie that at the base of your neck. And I like it because my hair is layered, and so each strand of the headband will hold the layers of my hair down and out of my face. So I hope you enjoyed this pattern. I'm going to make another pattern similar to this one, except for it'll have a bow on it, and I will also provide that link on here for you as well. So happy crocheting!